I come from a long line of nurses. Most of the women in my family have worked as a nurse at one time or another. This is my grandmother, Anna Jean Gates. She worked as a nurse and a flight attendant because in the 1930s you had to be a nurse to be a flight attendant. She met my grandfather there on a layover in Seattle. They got married, and my grandmother had 4 children. The little one there is my dad. She had 2 boys and also 2 daughters. This is her oldest daughter, my Aunt Kathy. My Aunt Kathy went to nursing school, but after a while didn't enjoy it much, decided she wanted to be a teacher. This is my other grandmother on the right. She's at nursing school in this picture with her best friend Helen. Back then you had to wear a cape as part of the nursing uniform. She met my grandfather, married him, but continued working as a nurse. In fact, she worked the night shift for 30 years. Her days were pretty busy. They had 4 children. You see these 3 daughters in the picture. They all grew up and became nurses. Their son there married a nurse. Their oldest daughter, my Aunt Peggy, worked as a nurse in a cardiac unit for about 15 years. She stayed home to raise her children once she began her own family. And their youngest daughter, my Aunt Rita, was also a nurse. She worked for about 10 years, had her children, and then worked part-time for insurance companies, still using her nursing degree. You remember I told you about my Aunt Kathy going to nursing school. Well, while she was there, she met my mom. One weekend, my mother went home with her to meet my Aunt Kathy's family. She liked her brother a lot and married him. So that's my dad there. My mom did graduate nursing school and worked for a few years, but once she began to start her own family, she stayed home to be a full-time mom. This is her with my brother. After several years of raising us, she worked part-time as a nursing instructor. I followed in the family tradition. This is me in the middle at my capping ceremony with my grandmother and my mother. It was great to have them there. Since I didn't have kids, I worked the night shift for many years. We were pretty casual then, t-shirts and scrubs, no capes and no caps. But pretty soon, I had a reason to stay at home too. I gave up my nursing career and stayed home to raise my precious babies. I have 3 sons. And now I'm ready to start a new career as a teacher. But I still have 1 aunt and 1 cousin in the nursing profession, carrying on our tradition of nursing in a beautiful way.